When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby.
Thanks, Buster. Appreciate it. Good luck. How's it going, Buster? It's Chad and Willie from TortureCast. I was just wondering, you've probably been asked this a million times already, but how's the ankle now compared to this time last year when you were just coming back?
I'd say it's night and day. Yeah, I still had a lot of apprehension last year when it came to running. Was still feeling a little bit squat. So far, everything feels great this year.
Any arthritis or pains when the storm system's moving in, anything like that?
No, I have no metal in there, so that's good. Hopefully the arthritis will hold off until I'm a little bit older, 50s or so, hopefully.
Or you could just golf it out.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking, I know Joe was just asking you questions about kind of the momentum in baseball and how those 6 consecutive comeback wins came, or elimination games came. But as far as that Game 3 in Cincinnati, that was where Hunter Pence had his first speech, I guess, if you will. And Willie brought this up earlier. You guys you just had 1 hit through 7 innings. Was there a moment that was like, this isn't going to work? Or is it something that his motivation really did keep you guys in the game, at least mentally, in order to put that into extra innings and then pull it out? And then, of course, it just, was a watershed moment.
Well, I think for me the best way to describe it is I was telling somebody earlier that it's weird to say this because the guys in the locker room yelling at us, but it really had a calming effect, because going out onto the field, taking BP, it was like you had a weight lifted from you, because you knew that each guy on the team was going to give everything they had. You didn't feel like there was any individual pressure, because I'm going to go give everything I got, and everybody, and that's the way it should be all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes something like Hunter did to get you back in that mindset.
And growing up in the Atlanta area or Georgia area, are you a Falcons fan by chance?
I really didn't follow the Falcons. I was a big Braves fan, but I was never a Falcons fan. I was just telling somebody earlier, I like Matt Ryan. I like the way he plays a lot, but no, I was pulling for the Niners.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that after the non-call against the Falcons, and the Niners get kind of a non-call.
Yeah.
Any questions for me?
So, catch your face. Are you worried about that?
Catcher what?
Catch your face. Kruko talks about that a lot, the old catcher face. Like, you play catcher for a lot of years, you kind of start to get that weathered look to you and that weathered feel. You gonna try to switch positions before that happens?
I think I need it, because everybody says I have a baby face, so maybe the catcher face is what I need, so I'll look my age.
So when you were actually squatting in that last at-bat in the World Series, did you realize that that fastball was going to freeze what everybody considered the best hitter in baseball at the time? And was that your call?
No, Romo actually shook to that. I had called a fastball earlier in the bat, and he shook away to the slider then, but then he shook to the fastball on the last pitch. And I can't sit here and tell you, no, I was 100% confident, but worked out. So
yeah, absolutely.
It was great.
So when you were a kid and you were imagining growing up and playing in a World Series, what position did you imagine yourself playing? Was catcher ever?
Probably pitching.
Yeah,
probably as a pitcher.
Yeah.
Because growing up, I was a Braves fan, and I loved watching all those guys that came through when they had the long division runs. So yeah, probably pitching actually.
And so now you've experienced that feeling twice. When you imagined it as you were trying to get into the bigs and everything, was it at all close to what you imagined that would be like, or was it just like
you know what? I don't know if I've ever imagined what it would feel like to win the World Series. I know that I was really close in high school to winning the state championship, and we didn't. Got close in college. So just overall getting that feeling of that accomplishment, that the feeling that you get with sharing that with all the guys on the team is it's hard to describe it.
Yeah. So how do you feel about this year's team, which is fairly close to last year's team in a lot of ways? Not a lot of big shakeups in the roster. Do you feel like there's a little more pressure being kind of one of the first teams to come back from the World Series and keep a team intact in a long time?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good question, because that's something I think that from 2010, hopefully I can learn on, because there is a lot of pressure being the defending champs. you have to realize that it's the same game. You're in the same situation that you were when you weren't the defending champ. So it's important just to keep that in perspective and just go play the game the right way.
What can I flip that?
The right-hander for the Giants throws. Swing and a miss! And that's it! The Giants are world champions!